Assistant Fire Chief John Rodriguez, JOHNRODRIGUEZ.
Hey, if you're able to roll on me, I'm doing a press conference here and there.
Okay, thanks. Sorry about that, Chief. Okay.
Are we ready?
Yep.
All right. Good morning. The Bath Township community experienced a tragic and senseless act of violence early this morning, November 2nd, 2025. At approximately 12:16 a.m., officers with the Bath Township Police Department were dispatched to a residence in the 900 block of Top of the Hill Drive in the township. This had been rented out as an Airbnb, a short-term rental, following multiple reports of a shooting at the residence. Upon arrival, our officers were met with a chaotic scene and administered life-saving aid to the injured. We can confirm that a large party was taking place at this location, which we've learned was advertised on various social media platforms, drawing a significant crowd. Police officers from the Akron Police Department, Summit County Sheriff's Department, the Copley Police Department, Richfield Village Police Department, Fairlawn Police Department, and fire units from Bath, Akron, Cuyahoga Falls, Richfield, Copley, Fairlawn, Norton, Granger, and Sharon also provided assistance with transporting victims to area hospitals. The violence that erupted resulted in a total of 9 victims sustaining injuries, and our deepest sympathy goes out to the victims, families, and all those affected by this devastating incident. The victims were transported to local hospitals for treatment. However, their conditions at this time are unknown, but we're closely monitoring the situation. This kind of violence is unacceptable in our community, and we're committed to applying all available resources to this investigation. The Bath Township Police Department Detective Bureau is working with the assistance of the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation and actively working this case to identify and apprehend the person or persons responsible for this crime. We're actively gathering evidence, reviewing surveillance footage, and interviewing witnesses. We're also in contact with Airbnb and the property owner as part of our investigation. We urge anyone who was present at the party, saw something, or has any information, including photos or video from social media, to come forward immediately. Your information, no matter how small it may seem, could be crucial to this investigation. You can contact the Bath Township Police Department at 330-666-3736. We will provide updates to the media and the community as more information becomes available. In the interim, we ask the community's cooperation and patience as we work through this complex investigation. Thank you.
Are we able to ask you a couple questions about them? Obviously, I know it's under investigation, but to any parent to hear something about this, you know, you're thinking, what ages are we talking about as far as you say young adults? Or adults? Are these
So at this point in time, the majority of those who attended this party were juveniles under the age of 18. However, the victims, as our understanding, there may be a mix of both adults and juveniles who sustained injuries.
And you were talking about a large group. Can you
Yeah.
say an approximate number? I know you can give
Yeah, and it really would be premature to try to guess. We do know there was a large group of people at this particular party. There were cars parked up and down Top of the Hill Drive. You can see impressions on the side of the road where cars had parked. The individuals from this party immediately fled following the shooting incident. So we're doing our very best right now to gather information and to identify any witnesses who have information about this incident.
Can you speak to how serious the injuries are?
So at this point, we don't know yet what the extent of the injuries are. Again, we've confirmed 9 individuals sustained injuries, but we don't know at this point what the extent of those injuries are, or the seriousness of them.
Were all the victims in the same room, or was this kind of throughout the whole complex?
So it's a very large home within Bath Township. Our investigators, along with the Bureau of Criminal Investigation, are checking the entire residence, but preliminary indications show that the majority of the shots that were fired were on the first floor of the residence.
Now, I know this home isn't like your standard home. I mean, this is a multi-level home. I think it even has large, almost like a little mini hotel. I don't, can you speak to what the officers found when they went inside as far as the size of the home and?
Well, officers, again, when they immediately responded, they tried to provide life-saving aid to those who sustained injuries. As part of our investigation, we certainly wanted to preserve evidence at the scene, so they limited their contact and really an inspection of the residence until Ohio BCI could arrive on scene.
And I guess we were kind of talking about, has something like this happened in this community before? And obviously, maybe you can speak to the community of Bath and how, I can only imagine what your department was thinking, what was going on with something like this.
Sure. Well, our police department really prioritizes the safety and security of our residents and businesses, and this is very much out of character. But I will say that we did have another incident in July of 2017, another Airbnb within the township in which one individual sustained a leg wound. So really, it's pretty much an indicator that no community is immune from violence, and this happened to be in Bath Township again, unfortunately.
And you mentioned suspect or suspects. Do you have any description of what people should be looking for?
Yeah, at this point in time, we're still interviewing the witnesses to gather that. And again, most of the witnesses are the injured, and so we don't want to interfere with their medical treatment. So we don't have a clear indication yet of the number of individuals who may have been responsible, but we did confirm there were multiple shell casings within the residence.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned this was an Airbnb short-term rental. Are there any laws, ordinances against short-term rentals in Bath?
So there is a zoning prohibition within Bath Township that prevents Airbnb short-term rentals. It's not illegal, it's simply a zoning violation. So,
So could there be any charges associated with these homeowners?
Typically in a situation like this, there'd be a compliance letter issued to the property owner. I did speak with the property owner early this morning. They are aware of the incident, and so we also discussed the issue of the short-term rental.
Said you recovered shell case. Do you know what kind of guns were used? Or?
Yeah, at this point in time, the evidence collection is being done by BCI and our investigators. We've not yet confirmed the caliber, but again, they did confirm there were multiple shell casings within the residence, primarily on the first floor.
I mean, at this time, you're just looking for the suspect or suspects? Do you even kind of?
So at this point in time, we're actively reviewing social media posts. We suspect that someone will post something about this. We're hoping that with the community's help, we can identify the shooters in a very quick amount of time. So we've reached out to our federal partners with the ATF and FBI. I have been working with the Akron Police Department, Akron Fire. So they've all committed their resources to helping us, and we're very appreciative of all the agencies who did respond to this incident.
Now, this party, I believe, was advertised on social media. Is this sort of part of the problems of when you advertise something like you have no idea who the heck is going to show up?
Right, and that's the problem. As I understand it, the social media post advertised a birthday party that was supposed to have started at 9:30 on November 1st. But I guess the message I would convey to parents is be mindful of where your children are, and if they tell you that they're going to be attending a large party that they saw on a social media post, be wary of that, and I would caution against them attending.
Were all the victims a gunshot wound, the 9 victims?
No, we don't know that yet. We believe one may have sustained a leg injury from a fall, so we've not yet confirmed that all 9 are shooting victims.